Hi guys, today we are going to learn how to use local storage using JavaScript. I have already created an index.html file and also an index.js file. I also have linked the jQuery here. Let me load the localhost. Right click and open the developer tools. Let's see if anything is stored on the local storage. Okay, so the local storage is empty. So now what I'm going to do is let's create some fields and store those data in a local storage and let's retrieve them. Then we will see how to clear the local storage and also we will see how to remove just any one item from that local storage. Now let's get started. I'm going to create three fields. One is username, the other one is age, and the other one is favorite programming language, which is a drop down. So let me create those elements. Okay, now we will create two buttons. One to save the data to the local storage and the other button will clear the data from the local storage. Okay, now let's check the UI. Let's refresh the page. If you see, there are three fields: username, age, and favorite programming language, and also two buttons. One is to save and one is to clear. Now let's write a function to save the data locally, and we will link this function to the save button. Now let's create a function called save data to local storage. To store data in the local storage, we have to use local storage.setItem. Local storage.setItem takes two parameters. The first parameter is the key and the second parameter is the value. Here I have given name as the key, but you can give whatever you want. We will save these three values in three different keys. Since local storage is an object format, instead of using setItem to save the object, we can use local storage dot the key equal to value. In our case, we will use the key as fav_lang. So now we will refresh and test it. I'm going to enter random values in these three fields. Let's click save and test it. Now if you see, all these three values are stored in local storage and they are stored under the keys which we have mentioned in our code earlier. Now let me change a value in any one of the field and let me check whether it is getting updated in local storage. If you see here, now the value is updated. Now if you refresh the page, the data are not retrieved from the local storage and they are not populated yet. But if you check the local storage, data are still in the local storage. So now let's see how to retrieve the data. Now let's write a function called get data from local storage. To retrieve the data from local storage, we will use local storage.getItem. Local storage.getItem requires only one parameter. You need to pass the key. Since local storage is an object, you can use local storage.key to get the value instead of using getItem. I am using an OR condition here so that if that particular key is not available in the local storage, so instead of getting an undefined, I need it to return an empty string here. Now let's populate the retrieved values. I'm going to call this function once the page load is completed. Now if you see here, the values are retrieved from the local storage and they are populated into their appropriate fields. Let's write a function to clear data from local storage. To clear all the data from local storage, you have to use local storage.clear. Now I'm going to link this function to the clear button. So if I click the clear button, the data will be clear from the local storage, but I also need that fields to be cleared. Now let's refresh and test it. Now if you see, the data has been cleared from the fields and local storage is also empty. Now let me test it one more with all the three functionalities: setting a data to the local storage, retrieving the data from the local storage, and clearing all the data from the local storage. Now let's see how to store an object in local storage. In local storage, you cannot store an object directly because you can store only string in the local storage. So we have to convert the object to string and then we have to store it in local storage. For that, we will use json.stringify. Now to convert string back to the object, we will use json.parse. Now let's refresh and test it. Now if you see here, the object has been converted to string and it is stored at the key profile data. Now let's print the string from the local storage and then we will use json.parse to convert it to object and see how it is converted. If you see here, the string has been converted to object. Now let's learn how to remove just one item from the local storage instead of clearing all the data. For this, we will be using local storage.remove item. Local storage.remove item takes one argument. You need to pass the key of the item which has to be removed from the local storage. Now we will remove the profile data from the local storage using remove item. Now we will set name and age using set item in the console. Now we will remove the age using remove item. Now if you see here in the local storage data, you'll be able to see just the name. Age has been removed. That's it guys. Now we have learned how to set a data to the local storage, retrieve data from the local storage, clear all the data from the local storage, and remove any one item from the local storage.